Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into a really powerful book, one you might think you know already. Douceur, with Love, by E.R. Braithwaite. It's, that classic story teacher, tough school, big transformation.
Right.
But we want to unpack some of the layers underneath, the surprising stuff, especially how this one student council meeting can tell us so much about people, about education itself.
And that's a great point. It really isn't just a straightforward feel-good school story, is it? It's more like a window.
A window.
Yeah, into identity, prejudice, all those complex things.
No.
And finding wisdom where you least expect it. What I find fascinating is how Braithwaite uses his own very personal stuff to hit these, universal truths. Still hits home today.
Okay, so to really get it, we should probably start with the man himself, E.R. Braithwaite.
Right.
Born in Guyana in 1912, lived an incredibly long life, passed away in 2016.
Amazing.
And he was, Guyanese born, then British American.
Yeah.
Novelist, writer, teacher, diplomat.
Yep.
Quite the resume. And his writing, it seems like it consistently explored the difficulties of being an educated black man, a black social worker, teacher.
Yeah.
Just, a person in inhumane situations.
Exactly. And Douceur, with Love, from '59 is the famous one, the autobiographical one.
But he wrote a lot about racism, his time in Africa, too.
And connecting that back, his personal journey is just, well, it's crucial. He trained as an engineer, right? Served in the Royal Air Force in World War II.
Yeah, a veteran.
But then trying to find work back in England, impossible, simply because he was black.
Wow. Even after serving.
Yes. And that wasn't unique to him, sadly. Lots of Commonwealth veterans faced that kind of systemic racism after serving the Crown. He often talked about feeling this deep sense of betrayal.
I can only imagine.
And it makes you think, doesn't it? How does that kind of prejudice everywhere shape how you see the world, what you do, even when you're highly educated, like Braithwaite was?
That's a really heavy question. And you could see how that initial bitterness, maybe from that betrayal, it sort of colored his first attempts at teaching. Couldn't get an engineering job, so boom, last resort teaching. Green Slade School, East End, London.
And not just any school.
No way. Described as full of troublemaker students,
Yeah.
kids rejected from other schools, and the place itself, still showing the physical trauma of the war.
A tough environment creates tough kids, often dealing with a lot.
Totally.
Yeah.
And initially, they just went after him, ridiculed him, bullied him. The book says they were disrespectful, ill-mannered, and mischievous, foul language, slamming desks.
Even the girls gave him a hard time.
Yeah. They saw him as this arrogant outsider.
Yeah.
And his first reaction was just, predictable maybe. Scolding the girls for not acting unladylike.
Which, as you said, didn't work. So what's really key here is how he responds to that failure. He realizes, okay, scolding is useless. It won't earn respect.
So he shifts gears.
Completely.
Yeah.
Makes this decision, treat them as though they are adults and respectable persons.
Which meant miss for every girl and sir for him.
Right. Which the students found ridiculous at first, but it worked.
It did. How quickly?
Within weeks, the book says. A total change in their hygiene, how they treated each other. It was this, unexpected win for his new strategy.
And it wasn't just about names and manners, was it? He did more.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Those field trips were huge. Museums, theaters.
Places they'd literally never been.
Yeah.
Opened up their world.
Exactly. Expanding their cultural horizons.
Okay, but let's zoom in. Because maybe the best proof of this change and a real look into the school's whole philosophy happens during this specific event.
The half-yearly report.
The half-yearly report of the Students' Council, November 15th every year. And the key thing, it was entirely arranged, presented, and controlled by the students.
They ran the whole show.
Took it super seriously, prepared like it was a business meeting, allocating tasks. You had Miss Joseph and Denham, two top students from his class actually providing, alongside the headmaster, Mr. Florian.
And you could see the growth.
Yeah, the book notes how the younger kids were shy, but term by term, they got better at expressing themselves. And the focus wasn't just spitting back facts.
No, it was about what they understood rather than on what they were expected to learn. Big difference. And for Braithwaite, this event was like concrete proof. He felt pleased and proud seeing Denham using Miss so naturally with the senior girls. He saw it as a badge of young adulthood, something for the younger ones to aim for.
Joseph's Sir and Miss thing really stuck.
It did. And Miss Joseph, When she introduced their class report, she set this amazing tone, said their lessons had a particular bias towards the brotherhood of mankind, stressing how all mankind was interdependent.
Wow, that's pretty profound for a student report.
Isn't it? More than just summarizing lessons, it's stating core values.
Okay, let's dig into some of those reports from his class, because they really show how deep the learning went.
Good idea.
You had Potter doing arithmetic, talking about weights and measures, kilogram, pound, meter, foot.
Seems standard.
But he framed it as a symbol of the greater understanding which was being accomplished between peoples.
Ah, okay. Connecting the mundane to the bigger picture. Clever.
Then Piano, nature study. Discuss countries working together on, like, agricultural pests, pooling their knowledge.
International cooperation. Nice.
Miss Peg and Jackson on geography, global resources, interchange, and interdependence. Miss Peggy even brought up post-war refugee problems, UNICEF.
So real-world issues linked to geography.
And Miss Dodd on history, the Reformation in England, but linking that struggle to the growth of tolerance for the beliefs and cultures of others, understanding different cultures.
It's amazing how Braithwaite weaves these themes, interdependence, tolerance, through all these different subjects. It wasn't just a social studies thing.
Definitely a whole philosophy.
Yeah.
But the real showstopper, that was Fernman, right? Physiology.
Oh, yeah. Fernman and his trump card.
He literally brought a human skeleton on stage.
Can you imagine? The gasp in the room.
And he's just calm, says, okay, it's a female skeleton. Fact. Easily proved.
But then the kicker.
He says he could not say with any assurance whether she had been Chinese or French or German or Greek, nor could he say if she had been brown or white or a mixture of both. Boom. And the class conclusion from that, basically all people were the same. The trimmings might be different, but the foundations were all laid out according to the same blueprint.
Just, wow, such a simple physical demonstration of a massive idea. How radical is that, especially then, but even now? It just cuts through everything.
Absolutely nails the core message. Okay, so after the reports, they had this Q&A session. Panel of teachers picked randomly by the kids.
Right. Mr. Weston, Mrs. Dale Evans, and Miss Phillips.
Yes, Miss Phillips.
Yeah.
Described as frilly, seemingly brainless.
Ouch. Doesn't inspire confidence.
And then Denham steps up.
Yeah.
Remember him presiding earlier?
The senior student, yeah.
He causes a stir, criticizes PT, physical training and games, calls them ill-conceived and pointless, says the space is bad, routines are boring.
He was a boxer, right? So he probably felt it was beneath him.
Yeah, he argued PT twice a week for 20 minutes was a total waste of time.
And this is where it gets really interesting. The clash. Mr. Weston, the male teacher, tries to defend PT.
And fails miserably.
Yeah.
Cuts a ridiculous figure, according to the narrator.
But then, the quiet and hesitant Miss Phillips steps in.
The frilly one.
The very same. And she gives this really sturdy defense, reminds everyone, hey, every subject is carefully considered, planned for the maximum benefit for students.
Practical point.
And she stresses the whole greatest good for the greatest number idea, especially with their limited facilities, you know, being realistic.
Makes sense.
Here.
But Denham pushes back, right? Why does everyone have to do it if some don't need it?
Exactly. And this is where she just delivers so sharp. Her response.
What was it again?
Let's say it is as much an exercise of the mind as it is of the body, Denham.
Ooh.
The whole timetable in this school is meant to help you in the world after you leave here, and doing what you were told in spite of not liking it is part of the training.
Mic drop.
Pretty much. It just shuts them down. And it really makes you think about what education is even for. It's not just facts, not just physical skills.
It's character. Discipline.
Exactly. Miss Phillips, the one everyone wrote off, turns out to be the coolest and best informed, outsmarts Denham completely.
That line from the narrator sticks with me. So slight a creature could cope so effectively with her class.
Yeah, sums it up perfectly. Wisdom isn't always where you expect it.
So wrapping this all up, what does it mean for you listening? This deep dive, it really shows how Braithwaite, facing his own stuff, that prejudice, he transformed these supposedly unruly kids, not by shouting or forcing, but through respect, through creative teaching, believing they had potential.
And the way the story weaves his personal fight against racism into this bigger message about everyone needing each other, at tolerance, it's seamless.
Yeah.
And that student council meeting, it's just this perfect illustration. Give kids agency, treat them with respect, and wow, they can grasp huge ideas. and talk about them with such clarity.
It's really something, and that's what we love doing here, finding those big insights and maybe overlooked moments, finding the universal and the personal.
Absolutely.
So here's something for you to think about after this. How often do we maybe write people off too quickly? The ones we see as troublemakers or maybe insignificant, like Miss Phillips seemed at first. Whether it's students, colleagues, whoever.
Right.
What ideas, what potential are we missing? And what changes could we help make happen if we just started by offering that same deep respect we saw at Green Slate School?